Hello, hello, hello. Are you here? Usually, when I broadcast or have it set up to do a broadcast, usually somebody is in here before 3 o'clock and kind of just hanging out. So I was like, "Is this working? Is it right?" But apparently, it is. I think I have 6 viewers currently, and I have 2 comments so far. So we'll get started here in a little bit. Get everybody in, who wants to come in and chat with me or the group. If you've not seen these live streams before, I do these on Monday nights at 7 and Thursday afternoons at 3. Monday night tends to catch all the people in the US, Canada, that part of the world. And then 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I do that for everybody that's not the United States. I mean, if you're here, that's great. But I try to catch people from all over the place. So, sorry, little indigestion, fighting with it right there. But as you can see right now, the Mustang is not in the garage. I have it sitting outside because I'm doing some welding on that convertible car. Yeah, I'm going to finish up some things on that and hopefully get it out the door. That's the plan. So I have to take care of some things that I started. Want to get those done and move forward from there. So can't have the car in here while I'm doing that kind of welding. Get sparks in the paint, stuff like that. It's been a pretty good day, pretty good week so far. I know I talked about it in the previous on the Monday night live stream that I would be doing the Yes Welder video yesterday. Now, the plan was to film here yesterday and film at another location today, but it got complicated. The people, the Yes Welder people wanted more than I could probably put together. Just put it that way. They really wanted some sort of complex, complicated scene shot, and I wasn't going to impose upon the people with the aircraft stuff. So we just kind of scratched that. The whole thing, they got here at 8 o'clock in the morning, right on the button. And, we went through some preliminary conversations and setting up, and it was funny. They somehow they forgot their tripods. No, this is not, I mean, these are a professional crew, but somehow the tripods got mixed in the pickup. I guess whenever they travel from city to city, it's an industry. So they can go somewhere and say, I need to rent, this equipment. And I guess that they skipped past the tripods when they were doing a pickup. So they ended up using my tripods to do some footage. Now I do have some pictures. I didn't download any of those yet off of my phone, but I do have some pictures that. Well, actually, you know what? Give me a second. Give me a second. I think I can probably do something. Anyway, so they did like an interview process so that we can see what kind of questions they want to have. What kind of questions I can answer for them, and this thing's gonna get. Hold on. So they asked me about why I do what I do, how I do things I do, what my goals are, and all that sort of thing. And it was kind of cool. They had the Mustang sitting in here sideways, using it kind of as a side backdrop type of thing. Had 2 cameras going on me and stuff like that, and played with the lighting and different things. But it was interesting. So we did some shots inside here, obviously, some conversation, and then we did some outside stuff, some driving around. We used the Model A and some driving around with that, some footage. We did some shots where we used had the Model A and the Mustang in front of my house garage, and we did a drone shot where they like fade away pulled away from me. And it was kind of cold. I'll say there will be parts of this for those of you or people that know me, everybody that watches me on here. Um, it's I'll just use the word. I hate to use the word, but it's going to be a little bit cheesy. I'll just say that. So now, hopefully, they capture what needs to be, you know, shared. Let me download this picture off of Facebook. Okay. So anyway, there was some good interaction, some laughing a little bit here and there, and but again, just kind of a different experience for me, because I film everything myself. I don't have somebody standing around and directing me and telling me where to go and what to do. Here's that shot. I'll just show you this. This is the shot we used. I guess probably towards the end. So they had me standing between the Mustang and the Model A, and they had a drone kind of in my face, and then it faded out, and pulled away from me and went up in the sky. So that was, one of those things. But there's some things that just don't jive with how I operate. Like there's they shot some footage of me like walking through the woods. I'm what is that about? Then we went down to a local place here called Stars Mill, which is just this old mill that's been long shut down, and a waterfall and stuff like that. And they had me walking around, filming me there, and I was like, I don't know what this is going to do, because this is not how I normally operate. But it was again, it was interesting. The welding portion may not go as well as we had hoped. I'll just say that the red welder that I use all the time is my number one welder of choice right now. Just put it that way. That is the welder I will be using. The other one is, let's just say it's a spare. It's a backup. It'll be a backup. Yeah, that's a word, backup, just in case there's an apocalypse or something and I can't get any more red welders. I'll use that other welder. So just kind of take what it's worth. I have my welding preferences, and the red welder is one I want to use. Just make a note of that. Going forward, let's see who's here. Trying to relate some information and not be too direct. Mark, Jenny, hope the explorer deal went good. What's up, everyone? Yes, thank you, Mark. Thank you. Right, actually. Ron, hey, rescuing in from Tri-Cities in Northeast Tennessee. Glad you're here. CSLRC, good afternoon, Joe, from the 8th hole. Oh, okay, nice. Ron, how's the explorer video shoot go? Yeah, well, it's done. So tomorrow, I had some more footage for myself. When I say footage, they want some pictures of like my family and stuff like that. They'll probably try to incorporate. They'll probably pull some stuff from my regular YouTube videos, that I put out, like on the Model A. They're going to probably pull some information off that, and just kind of, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but it's definitely not my normal operating procedure. Fix it, build it, garage. Hey, Barry, watching from the UK. Cool, awesome. Troy, good afternoon, Barry and gang. Phil Clifford, hello, Barry. 5 a.m. here in Australia. Take care. Well, I'm glad you're up and at it. I'm glad you're here, Phil. Greg's Workshop, also from Australia, checking in. Nick Moss, hello. Hello, Nick. Rusty's Mustang Garage, it's B-roll. Yeah, I know it's B-roll, but I'm just worried that here I am. They had me walking through the woods and just kind of looking around, and not looking at the camera. Then had shots of me staring into the camera, and they came in and out, and and all these different things. Um, my mind is telling me that there's going to be some sort of uh, a sappy song background playing while I'm walking through the woods in slow motion or something. And I'm like, I don't know how this is going to play out. So take it for what it's worth. It's a promotional video. It's supposed to help promote my channel. Hopefully that's what it does. And also, I guess, promote their product or products, because we did a shot with the welder and the plasma cutter. And yeah, so that's that's kind of how it went. RJ is saying hello, glad you're here. Ricard checking in from Sweden, and he says it's 9 p.m. in Sweden, so it's in bedtime, right, Ricard? Robert, I'm here. I thought you were. You did go to the airport, didn't you? Be back and safely back. Terry Keeley checking in. Glad you're here. He's saying, do you get any creativity say in the final edit? I think I do. I think what they do is they make the edit and they send it to me and they say, what do you think? I think that's how it's supposed to work. The guy directing it, everything was really nice. He had creative ideas and stuff like that. And it's just kind of weird. It's just one of those uncomfortable. I'm not star material. I work on cars, but I watched their other Yes Welder background videos, and they're pretty cool. They wanted more shots with like me and my wife having dinner together and stuff like that, and she was like, "No, not doing that." They wanted like to see if I could play fetch with my dogs or something. I'm like, my dogs don't do that. So anyway, it was interesting. But just the whole idea of, I picture some sort of sappy music and me walking along the water at the old mill. Just Nick. Also, I watched the rest of the Monday stream. Those were made in my garage. We're caveman at work. Haha, big wrenches and Ooga Dooga Zip Zap. Okay. Good. I figured you made those. I mean, but I didn't know, because I know, like I said, I had access to other equipment. And if you're not familiar, we're talking about Nick has made some really cool custom pieces to go in his car. So these are braces that go from the cowl forward into the apron. Really, really nicely done, So, but you made them in your garage. That's cool. That's even better. That's even more personalized, right? Let's see. Auto Gas Garage, Ricard. Past bedtime for an old man like me. Yep. Ed, walking out in the woods, possible Halloween movie scene. Yeah, I don't know. It just feels weird. It just feels weird. Robert, she spent the night at a hotel in Cleveland, a hotel by the airport, and came home this morning. Barely got home as they weight restricted a plane. No, she isn't heavy. Okay. Okay, so the edge of shock tower, you're saying that's what ends up, that brace. So let me get a picture up there if I can. It's the old Wi-Fi trick. There it is. So yeah, okay, I see it now a little more, Nick. It's hard to judge how far forward it goes, but I can see now the edge of the shock tower. So yeah. Like I said, those are really nicely made. Nicely made. Nick, so you're a soap star or something now that welds. Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of, it's gonna be I don't know. It just feels like it's gonna be cheesy. But hey, we got some great shots of the Model A and the Mustang together. And I related the story of the Model A. It had me tell that several times, the fact that it was my grandfather's car and the history of it and stuff like that. So, I'm hoping they don't do some sort of sappy voiceover where I'm talking about my grandfather and walking through the woods. I don't know. It just feels really awkward. Ricard, my freshly built engine has poor compression on cylinder number 4. Was concerned I wouldn't have any good projects to work on this winter, but now I have my work cut out for me. Oh, man. Well, okay. I hate that for you, but I mean, if it's got to be fixed, it's got to be fixed. Robert, 2 great looking blue cars. Wait a minute. There's clearly a difference there. Clearly. Let me see if I can. Let me get the other picture. I'm going to download this other one real quick. Say real quick. Hopefully it's real quick. See, they're totally different colors. Now you can clearly see that it's not blue. You can definitely tell it is not blue. You can see the green now popping out. Awesome. Nick, man, I love that Model A. Grabber blue. Yes, it is Grabber blue. 70 Mustang Grabber blue. And Jay did turn out fantastic. Yeah, I'm very, very happy with the car. Very happy with the car. And Robert, it does look darker in that pic. Yeah. I mean, it's not blue. It's not blue. So anyway, we did that shoot yesterday, and it took a lot out of me. Just standing it out in the sun and outside, and just reshooting some things. Like we did a scene where at the end of it, I say some sort of sappy stuff, and I'm in the Model A, and I'm coming down the driveway, and I look out the window and I say some things, and then I drive off. And we had to shoot that like 6 times because he didn't like the way this looked, or didn't like that word, or he kind of left the dialogue mostly to me. He gave me some ideas of what he wanted me to say, but it was up to me to kind of do my own twist on it. So I did that, and I'm looking forward to the end. See the whole thing when it's all put together, but I just have a feeling that my family's going to look at it, just laugh, because there's some slow-mo scenes. Like they have me in the garage putting on. Well, let me just show you this. Let me just show you this. You'll like this. They sent me these gloves. Okay. And I know any of you that have watched me weld, you've never seen me with these kind of gloves on my hands. These things are like for, I don't know, handling nuclear rods or whatever, uranium. These are not finesse gloves by any means, but at the end they did a slow-mo scene where I'm wearing these gloves. I've got their helmet on. I'm wearing my blue welder's jacket, and they had me like do something like this, and then looking at the camera and snap my head down and get the hood to come down, and then turn and walk away. And I'm like, all right, we're gonna go 4 rounds. these, if I ever have to pick up a poisonous snake in my yard, these might work for that, or fight with a bear, something like that. They can't get through these. But man, these things, Yeah. So these are but it's got the logo on it. Got the logo. I wish they would have sent me more of the finesse type gloves, like these. I use these Tillmans, and these things. I don't know if these are lambskin or what, but man, these are ideal for doing any kind of welding. Available on Amazon, by the way, if you're interested. Let's see, Robert. We all know those videos are on the TV side. I use TIG gloves. Yeah. It. Like I said, the whole point of me doing this was to try to get people to come to my channel, and if it helps, it helps. I got to look at it from that side of things, and sometimes you have to do things to get ahead. Troy, my welding gloves are not as bulky as those. Mine fit my fingers tightly. Yeah, well, and that's ideally what you want. Like Robert was saying, use TIG gloves. I don't know. I mean, I might have used some stuff like this when I was doing stick welding as a kid. I put these on and fight with this, stick welder. But yeah, I probably won't be using those much, at all. So anyway, that was, it was interesting to do all that yesterday. Roger was involved a little bit. Hopefully he gets some shots in there with him. I even went so far, like I'd shown pictures on Facebook and stuff that I'd cleaned up the whole shop. So like this whole bench is clear. That bench is clear. Even in my little steel plate table on the side, everything cleared off of that. And I even washed up the Franken truck. It hasn't been washed. I don't know if I ever washed it before. So I scrubbed it up to make it look decent. It had a flat tire, so I went and got the tire fixed. And it was good because I got off my butt and started doing some things around here that I needed to do. So now, like I was saying, my plan for today is to finish up. Finish up all the welding that I'm going to do on that convertible. That's the plan. Now, there's still a couple of little things that I have to take care of and address, and then I'll probably be making some phone calls. I'm going to drop the engine and tranny back in it and bolt everything underneath it, cross members, get everything on the car, in the car, with the car, and then start making a phone call and go, all right, time is up. Time is well past up. And I'm going to contact the guy with the 67 coupe. I don't know if we want to try to do it this weekend or maybe next week. Go and get that car, get it here with all the parts and all that sort of thing. There's still a couple things I have to do on Jade. With this cleaning up all the shop stuff, I didn't get to finish my shifter deal I'd have to mess with and the radio and the grill still. But those are all small things in the whole process. But I really want to get the 67 here. And I've been working on my son's Mazda 3, still having a engine code I can't get cleared. And I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. I may just sell it as is and get it out of my space, but I'm not sure just yet. Somebody would buy it. I know somebody would buy it in a heartbeat. Robert, you took the patina off the truck. No, actually, I kind of revealed the patina. Most of it was moss, not Nick Moss. It was just like green moss, green, stuff had started growing on there, and it had to go. So it looks a whole lot better now. That's a good thing. I also ended up putting a battery in it because I did that Hawkman jump video. And, it started it up, but I'm thinking the battery was so far gone that even with it starting, it wouldn't stay running with the battery. And I don't know, maybe I've also have an alternator problem. I'm not sure just yet. But I took even all the junk that was on the back of that truck. because I've been stockpiling all just brake rotors and pads and scrap that I'm not going to use. All that stuff was on the back of the truck. I went to the scrap metal recycler, pitched it all off, ended up actually getting $100. So give myself a bell for making $100 getting rid of all that scrap. So now the next round goes where I start piling up brake rotors and all that stuff. But beyond that, I need to make some other some phone calls and conversations about the sheet metal that I'm going to need. Because if I'm doing the fastback conversion, like I said before, I'll probably head to Pennsylvania. There's a guy up there who has sheet metal, and I'm going to see if I possibly can stop by Peterson Restorations. I would like to go see those guys and just talk to them a minute, and maybe even do a collaboration type video with them, because he does some good stuff. He really does. It's he knows what he's doing. They've been doing those cars for a while, and obviously there's more than just one person there. There's obviously several. I don't know how many, but several people working at that place, which is that's the advantage, having a bunch of people working in the same space and getting stuff done and moving it out and stuff like that. But that's about the status for now. So what else is going on out there? Anybody got something going on? I know Ricard had mentioned he's got a bad compression on one of his cylinders, which really that's disheartening, Ricard. And I don't know I know you said it was freshly built, but did you build it or put it together, or did somebody else, do all the work? I don't know. I'm just kind of curious. And what are you thinking it is? Is it a head gasket, something like that? Hopefully it's nothing more than a head gasket, because you definitely don't want to have a block problem or a cylinder head problem, because that would not be fun. That would not be fun. And I know Robert's been cleaning up his place, and the temperature right now, it's still 80 degrees here. It is still 80 degrees basically in the middle of October. Which is, I'm okay with that. Honestly, I like fall, but I don't want to have like an excessive winter. I don't want to have super low temperatures for extended period of time. So Ricard says Chinese cylinder heads. Okay. And leaking valves is my best guess. Okay. And that's what Robert says too. I'm thinking leaking valve issue. Okay. Well, I mean, hopefully that's all it is. But either way, you're gonna have to take it apart, pull the head off and get a good look at it. Nick, I'm going to Indiana to pick up a racing nose apron from a guy that's made by Cobra Automotive. Okay. Pick up a racing nose. Okay. That sounds interesting. Is it like the Shelby style? Like that 67 I'm picking up has the Shelby front nose section. So I don't know if that's the same or not, if that's what you're talking about saying Cobra Automotive. But this car is going to come with the Shelby nose and the Shelby hood, deck lid, quarter extensions, all that stuff. Whoops. Troy, still waiting on the upper cowl for my 65 to ship. For now, I'm moving on to the apron repair. Okay. Well, at least you're able to get something done, Nick, let me find a pick. Okay. That was another thing. We're talking about parts and back orders. We talked about this several times. I've seen several videos on TikTok where they're showing the ports out west. One was in Washington and, California, whatever. And at one port, the guy was walking around. He says, "Look at all these trucks," and there was 100, if not more, semi trucks sitting there waiting, just waiting, and the cranes weren't moving. The location, the cranes were not pulling, or, transferring loads. So all these guys, all these truckers are sitting there just like, I can't move something if I don't have something to move. And then another one showed another shipping port where it was on one side. I could not tell you how many cargo containers it might have to be thousands of cargo box, the trucking boxes, just stacked up and as far as you could see on top of this big crane. And he was pointing out, he said, look, all this stuff is here and waiting to come in. And he said, but we have to wait for the truck drivers. And then he panned down and he looked and he said, all the truck systems they have in there are automatic. Like the transport, I don't understand the system, but he was showing these like self-driving trucks and they're moving like 5 miles an hour. And there wasn't a whole ton of these things. It looked like there was 2 of them. So you talk about a bottleneck. I mean, if you have thousands upon thousands of shipping containers and you have a couple of these little electric self-driving trucks, you'll never unload that stuff. Never. And then he said the other side, they were showing the big stacker cranes, and he said on this side we're moving. And they were. And it had like regular drivers or something with trucks. So it's crazy. It's crazy how that stuff is going as far as the shipping and all that stuff. Okay. I'm going to download these pics and just think. I'm going to try to anyway. Download. Make sure it's not. That's interesting. Okay. All right. So, that one, the first one showing up as GIF. So I don't know if it's going to work. We'll find out. What's going to show this as GIF? We'll try it. Give me a second while the internet's trying. So this is the nigga trying to hear. It'll pop up. It may not work. Let's try this other one. Oh, there it went. Okay. So what he's showing us here is a one piece where it has the headlight extensions or buckets and the lower valance all connected. That's kind of cool. Yeah. So it does away with the front bumper. I like it. Let me see if I can get one more shot here. One more shot. There's another angle. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, what is the extra hole on the inside for? Do we know, Nick? Is that like just an air inlet or something? Or what, like it's underneath the driving lights? What that extra hole, the holes are for? Or there's maybe just a cosmetic thing. All right, let's see here. Let me pull this back down. Ray Buckman. Sorry I'm late. Scraping paint off the Corvette. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Troy. Here in Savannah, we have plenty of offloaded containers at the port, but the warehouses can't take anymore because they can't get items moved due to lack of OTR drivers. Now, see, I've also heard that you hear it on both sides. There's drivers that don't have anything to do, and then you've got people like you're saying here they don't have drivers. Something's not making a connection like it should. Robert, it's amazing how much stuff we buy and consume a year. Yeah. Well, and not only that, but it's how much stuff we buy from overseas and consume here. That's what's crazy. You know, how much of that is actually happening and nothing is made here anymore. And we're just happy to buy it from some other place. You know, even Ricard is talking about it. He's got cylinder heads that are made somewhere else that have problems, you know. Yeah, Nick, it came out as a GIF file. I don't know why, but it worked out. But that's what it showed up whenever I went to download it. So, Ed, I do not live far from the LA Long Beach port. The ships in the water looks like we're going to be invaded. There's a truck shortage, but no trucks older than 2010 are allowed in the Port California emissions. Oh, nice. That's crazy. So not only are they struggling to get people to move stuff, but it also, you have to be driving the right truck, a certain year model. Yeah. Nick, it's lighter, have to be get that weight balance and lighter front for the manual steering. Yeah. Okay. Brake ducts. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I get that. Yeah, brake ducts. That's nice. Troy, nice pick. Yep. Robert, I like that one piece front end too. Yeah. Yep. Ed, all we ship back is air, empty containers. That's right. That's right. With checks written in them, right? Here's a check for whatever, $10,000. Send us another box with stuff in it. You know, can't make it here, but we'll send the money over there. And Ray in California screws up. Well, you know, I think there's a combination of things, but obviously the policies that are in place aren't helping. We know that much. You know, I don't think we can point necessarily at one group or one state, although, you know, we all know there's problems all over the place, but man, we just gotta go. All right, I'll get that part to you, I promise. I haven't had time to cut it out, but I'll get it to you, so you know. Yeah, but, you know, here we are trying to do things, and we don't have parts or don't have pieces, and who knows how much product is sitting out there in the ocean that may, let's say, even expire before it even gets here. You know, that sort of thing. So how much of that is going to be, and I don't know how much is, hopefully there's not like food items, but I'm sure there are. And they have to have some sort of refrigeration system, but how long can it sit there and idle and try to keep things from going bad? You know, that's a lot. There's a lot involved with it. And of course the difficulty of actually finding people that want to go to work. You know, there's places all around where I live, I'm sure where everybody else lives too, where it's like, we're hiring, and they can't get people to come. They like staying at home and drawing unemployment, which I think that was going to be shut down. I think, I can't remember. Yep. So anyway, I don't even know what the inventory is like for, let's say, the fastback car that I'm going to be trying to get pieces for. I don't know if they're going to be here, you know? So I may have to, whether I want to get started on it or not, I don't know, but I have to at least get the car here and then try to get the pieces and parts routed up. So I'm end up working on that Honda, getting it done, getting it gone out of my space. My son's little Mazda, I got to get it out of my space, and of course the convertible got to get out of my space. So I'll feel much better when all three of those are gone. And then of course the Camaro, I have all the parts for it. So I know I've been getting a lot of feedback on that. That people were like, let's get started on Camaro again and get it moving. So there's a good chance that's what's going to happen. Pretty good chance. But anyway, other than that, that's it for what's going on here. We did, again, shoot that commercial Yes Welder piece on the shop and everything. Had a good time. I may have learned a little here and there, maybe not much, but it was interesting. It was interesting. Ricard, who made those nice braces that you showed in the beginning? I was too busy typing about my own debacle to pay any attention. Can you show them again? Yeah, Nick made these. Nick made these pieces. He made them in his garage, he said. And I believe him. So I think he said those were, if I remember, he said something about a 429 car. They had these extra braces in there or something. So he made his own version of them. And they attach to the cowl and they come forward to the edge of the shock tower. So I don't know if he's interested in making more for anybody or not. I don't know. I don't know if there's a market, availability for that. But I was just looking there. Okay. I mean, they're really well made. They're really well made. Yep. They are very nice. They are very nice. Troy, I got to go. Everyone have a great weekend. Yeah, I'm going to go too. I know it's a short day today. Got to get stuff done. I still have to edit a video for tomorrow. And I have some friends who have some vehicle problems. So there's a couple of them coming in. They'll be dropping them off tonight. So I'll have to work on those vehicles and see what I can figure out. So there's plenty of stuff for me to do right now. Robert, I didn't know those braces were a thing, but now I have designs running through my head of something vastly overcomplicated. You don't need to do that. You can go to Don's Manufactory and look what Don has done. I really like what Don has done with his bracing of Betsy. I really, really do. And I don't know how you could, pull off making those, but what Don has done, but really done his homework on it. I like it a lot. And Ricard is saying he's thinking of he has designs running through his head too. Yeah. Like I said, if you haven't looked at Don's stuff, go look at what he's been doing with his cowl and the bracing. Really, it's almost like building I won't say a roll cage, but it's like an exoskeleton underneath the skin in a sense, and I know that his car is going to be much more rigid and stiff and probably drag race better overall with all the frame connectors and all the stuff he's done. Yeah, really, really nice work. Okay. I'm going to call it a day. I've got to get some more welding done and, a few other things, but I'll be back on Monday. We'll do this again Monday night, 7:00, and hopefully there's some more to talk about and more going on and more questions. People can interact. We like that, but that'll be it for now. So until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.